The village of Woolpit is in the county of Suffolk in England, and was part of one of the most densely populated areas in rural England. Two writers, Ralph of Coggeshall and William of Newburgh, wrote about a weird incident in this village. Both of them on reports from a number of trustworthy sources. They wrote about the mysterious appearance of the green children. One day at harvest time, during the reign of King Stephen, the villagers of Woolpit were working hard on their farms, when suddenly they heard a noise from some caves nearby. When villagers walked to the caves, they discovered two children. Their skin was green, they spoke an unknown language, and their cloths were unfamiliar. Children were taken to Sir Richard de Cullen's house. The children didn't eat any kind of food for several days until they came across some green beans, which they consumed eagerly. The children adapted to normal food little by little and in time lost their green color. The boy, who appeared to be the younger of the two, became sick and died shortly after he and his sister were baptized. After learning to speak English, the surviving girl explained that they came from a land where the sun never shone and the light was like twilight. The little girl called their home St. Martin's Land, and said that everything there was green. She said that they were unable to account for their arrival in Woolpit. They had been herding their father's cattle, when they heard a loud noise of bells, and suddenly found themselves by the caves, where they were found. The girl named Agnes was employed as a servant in Richard de Cullen's house, and eventually married a royal official named Richard Barr. Some explanations continue to be sought, and two approaches have dominated explanations of the mystery of the green children. The first is that the narrative descends from folklore, describing an imaginary encounter with the inhabitants of a fairy otherworld. In a few early as well as modern readings, this otherworld is extraterrestrial, and the green children are alien beings. And the planet from which the children were expelled may be trapped in synchronous orbit around its sun, presenting the conditions for life only in a narrow twilight zone between a fiercely hot surface and a frozen dark side. The second theory says that the children are coming from a parallel world. And in the third one, the children are servants fleeing from their masters, or even there might be a story of drugging and kidnapping of the children. In a modern development of the tale, the green children are associated with the babes in the wood, left to die after being poisoned with arsenic by their wicked uncle, and the arsenic explains their coloration. Fleeing from the wood in which they were abandoned, they entered the cave and were discovered. And even, there were theories that said the children fell from heaven. But a theory that the historian Derek Brewer explains is more reasonable. He says the likely core of the matter is that these very small children, herding or following flocks, strayed from their forest village, spoke little, and did not know their own home address. They were probably suffering from chlorosis, a deficiency disease which gives the skin a greenish tint, hence the term green sickness. With a better diet it disappears. Anyways, whatever the true story of the green children of Woolpit is, this is the thing that made this little village popular, and the sign of the green children are to be seen in welcome signs of the village and the monuments. What is your idea about the green children of Woolpit? What they really were and what's their true story? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.